Hello, 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 and welcome to Real Conversations. I hope all is well. I pray all is well, and if it is not, trust and believe that it can and it will get better. So I'm stopping in with this message regarding information. And it's so important for you, especially when you are confused, you're lost, you have so many unanswered questions, and you just need clarity on certain things and certain situations. You have to be mindful where you get your information from. You have to be able to discern and make better choices and have judgment on who is giving you information. And I say that because a lot of the times we get information from the wrong people. And we surround ourselves with people who just tell us what we want to hear, but not necessarily people who will tell you what you need to hear. And when I say information, you have to be able to seek counsel and get the information from a source that wants your best interest, who has your best interest, who wants to see the best for you, who wants to see you grow, who wants you to make better decisions and better choices. So in those cases, they're not going to tell you what you want to hear to feed your ego and fuel your ego. Because when you're fueled by ego and emotions, you don't make the best decisions. Because you're not thinking long term. You're not looking at the bigger picture. You're not looking at what and how your emotions and your actions and your reactions, how it's going to affect all the things that come along with it. So you make decisions and you make choices based on your ego and your emotions. And then you're not willing to deal with the consequences because you got information from the wrong source. And that's misinformation. And that misinformation causes miscommunications, causes misunderstandings. And once you say something and once you do something, it's very hard to come back from that in a lot of cases. Are you getting your information from hurt people who are giving you solutions from a hurt space and a hurt place? It's very important to be mindful of where you get your information from, where you get your... Are they trying to push you in the right direction? Are they trying to help you, or are they further creating damage? And that could be anybody. That could be your family. It could be your friends. Sometimes it could even be your partner. Sometimes it could be people in your church. Sometimes it could even be your pastor. Sometimes it just could be coworker, whoever it is. Who is feeding you that negativity? Because not all information is good information. Not all information is serving you to be better, to do better, to think better. If you're sitting around people who are just feeding your ego and stroking your ego and just going along and yeah, you should do that. And if I was you, I would do that. Very just in that energy. Nothing positive. What are you actually learning? Nothing. If you are getting information from people who mean you no good and who don't have the best intentions for you, do you really think that they're going to give you any good information? What makes that person qualified to give you any information to help you solve the problems or the issues that you're going through? And this is why it's very important to be intuitive. This is why it's very important to pray and to meditate and be able to listen to God and the things that He's revealing to you and the things that He's placing on your heart. And sometimes you have to be able to sit alone and figure things out and figure out what's best for you, because there is no right or wrong way. There is no perfect solution. But when you surround yourself with people who are used to operating from a space of chaos, dysfunction, misinformation, drama, lies, deceit, what do you think you're going to get out of that? How is that person living their life? What is that person speaking in terms of their life? How do they treat and interact with people around them? Birds of a feather flock together. And that's a true statement. Because you're going to go to people who can't lead you in no direction because they can't even be led. If you can't take advice and counsel and take constructive criticism and see where you went wrong and hold yourself accountable and try to make the necessary corrections, how do you think that you're going to be able to solve any problems or solve any issues? It's like the blind leading the blind. So I'm very careful about who I speak to, what information I'm willing to receive, who I have certain conversations with. Because when I encounter somebody with that type of energy and that type of, it already shows me where their mindset is. And this is why most people are always in this toxic cycle. This toxic cycle of confrontation where nothing ever really gets solved because they're not really looking for a resolution, because they're operating from a self-serving place of ego. And they're always pointing the finger and they're always blaming somebody else or certain situations on everything else except for themselves. When you're able to hold yourself accountable and when you're able to sit and see where you made your mistakes and find solutions to rectify those mistakes. And sometimes, like I said, you can't even go back and fix those mistakes. You just have to take those losses and eat it. Because hurt people will hurt people, and hurt people will give you information from a hurtful space and a hurtful place. What makes this person qualified to give you information? That's why you have to be very careful. I'm intentional about what I read. I'm intentional about where I go, the things that I do, who I surround myself with. So at this point in my life, I'm kind of like a loner. I don't rock with too many people. I don't deal with too many people. I'm very protective of my space and my energy. Because people have shown me over and over again, time and time again, why it's best to just fall back and stay to myself. And I'm not saying that you're not supposed to interact with people. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to encounter people and deal with people and close yourself off. But you have to get to a place of learning how to discern who should be giving you energy on how you should live your life and do the things that's best for you. Because here's the thing, everybody's struggling with something. Nobody's life is perfect. People walk outside every day like they're normal and got hell going on inside of them, turmoil inside of them. You can't even, there's no peace for them at all. That's torment. Be mindful of who gives you information and who's so willing to give you information. How is that person's life? What makes them qualified to give you information on how to lead and live your life? And this is why so many people get caught up because of misinformation, which leads to miscommunication and misunderstandings. Everybody talks about keeping it real and keeping it 100 until it's time to keep it real and keep it 100. So today, this message is short. Be mindful of who you seek counsel from. Pay attention to the type of information that they're giving you. Is the information that they're giving you going to help you or hurt you? You have to be able to see the bigger picture and understand that every action has a reaction. Every cause has an effect. What you put out into the universe is what you get back. It's called the law of attraction. What are you doing to cause the events that's happening in your life? Are you holding yourself accountable? And are you willing to make the necessary corrections? That takes a level of understanding, wisdom, patience, confidence, knowledge. It's called practice what you preach. You can't walk around here preaching love when you have a heart full of hate. You can't run around preaching peace when all you bring is chaos and drama. And then when this thing called karma comes back to you, you looking for questions. You have questions, and you looking to people to get information on how you could fix certain things and how you could handle certain things. And as if they're going to give you the answers to fix your problems. The problems that you created. And this message is not for everybody. Because, not everybody is problematic. Not everybody is running around here causing issues and making hell for people. And just being a problematic person. But if you have a problematic person in your life, sit back and analyze them. Why are they always having problems? Why are they always having issues? Why is it always something going on? Why is it always chaotic? There's something within that person that needs to be addressed. And you cannot seek counsel and misinformation from the wrong people when you're not willing to sit with yourself and do a self-check. Check yourself. All the answers that you need is within. So with that being said, have a blessed day.